guys, Nike here, and today I wanted to do a little editorial because something important is happening in the Guild Wars 2 community, and I think most people are missing it. Namely, we are living in the golden age of Guild Wars 2 PvE balance right now. And no, I'm not joking. A lot of people have been really upset about very granular balance issues, like Catalyst Untamed being a bit undertuned or over-nerfed. But the big picture is that PvE balance is in the best place it's ever been. The cause of this is the proliferation of alacrity and quickness across multiple specs and professions, which gives a flexibility in group composition that we've never had before in the game's history. Previously, we were obligated to construct precise groups with exactly one druid, exactly two firebrands, exactly one alacrev, or maybe replacing one of the firebrands with a chronomancer. It certainly wasn't the worst meta we've experienced, but it was fairly static and inflexible. With the launch of End of Dragons, all of that has changed. Currently, there are 4 very solid options for Alacrity: Mechanist, Renegade, Spectre, and Mirage. There are 4 great options for quickness: Firebrand, Chronomancer, Harbinger, and Catalyst. And several of these can do their role while providing strong DPS in a hybrid build, or helping with role compression another way by playing as a healer. And speaking of healers, the days of Druid being the only healer are long gone. Despite the power of Spirits and Spotter, Druid is outclassed as a pure healer by several options, and in terms of raw utility, it's outclassed by the Mechanist, which not only heals better, but makes the same might and fury and also brings alacrity to the table. But, as it turns out, this is a good thing for Ranger players. Why? Because you can still play a Druid, and people still want those buffs. But now, without Druid being mandatory, there is also a demand for Soul Beast, as Soul Beast can bring Spotter and a Spirit. Ranger went from largely being a one-trick pony in group content of being a Druid to now having multiple roles that any group would be happy to have. Quickness is now quite interesting with the buffs to Catalyst. The variety of choices groups have here is simply fantastic. Besides the traditional Chronomancer, Firebrand, Harbinger, and Catalyst are also excellent choices. The best part of the Firebrand and Catalyst is that they can provide quickness and good DPS, or they can be geared and traded to be superior healers and boon generators. The versatility makes forming team comps quite easy. We are in a balance era where a commander can ask for quickness and alac, and he doesn't really have to care what profession the person who joins for those roles plays, as long as they fulfill the role properly. As long as the quickness is there, it doesn't matter who's making it. Sure, some encounters may slightly favor a Firebrand or others favor a Catalyst, but overall, except for anyone at the extreme speedrun level, nobody should care who joins as long as the boons are good. And this isn't just wishful thinking. This is exactly what we're seeing in practice in real groups. As far as DPS goes, well, virtually anything goes. The difference in actual fights between different specs is far, far, far less relevant than the skill difference between individual players. What that means is these days, when a commander asks for people to fill the DPS role, it genuinely doesn't matter what classes join, so long as the players playing them are comfortable on them and can execute effectively. The key takeaway from this is that every profession has multiple elite specs that bring high-tier DPS options, so there is literally nobody who can claim they can't participate in raids or strikes due to their class, and certainly no one can make that complaint if they're able to play multiple roles. Take a look at this chart from Guild Wars 2 Wingman. The current post-EOD meta is highlighted. What jumps out to me is how much more evenly spread out things are. Not every elite spec is equally represented in the meta, but every profession is present in decent numbers. The weakest link is Elementalist, but since this was compiled before the recent Catalyst buffs, I'd expect things to improve in that area, especially as people begin to realize the power level of the Heal Catalyst build. In closing, I just want to reiterate and make clear that we really are in the golden age of PvE balance. And this may not last forever, and it would kind of be abnormal if it did. So while we're here, I think everyone should pause to appreciate just how good it actually is. Let's enjoy the best meta we've ever had in the Guild Wars 2 PvE scene for as long as it lasts. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave any comments you have below. I'd like to hear what you have to say.